Croeso I Bysgota Cymru. Welcome to Fishing in Wales.
Well, it's the depth of winter, but we're really looking forward to this because there are plenty of places in Wales you can still fish right through the winter, and this is one of them.
We're at the Lower Lliw Reservoir. It's a lovely venue just north of Swansea, which the South Wales Fishing Society have, and you can get day tickets with them. They've done quite a lot of work over the past couple of years since taking the lake on, and they've done some funding here to introduce some very good rainbow trout, which we're going to target today with some lure and other tactics using spinning gear, because as we'll see, it isn't that easy to fly fish here, so it's going to be something completely different.
Yeah, it's lovely to try something, as you say, completely different, so let's go for it. Marvellous. No, they don't. I got a barb and it was microscopic.
We've just rigged up ready for the day ahead. We're fishing purely lure fishing outfits. I've put on an inline lure, quite popular in Scandinavia, these things for trout and sea trout, and see if that works. The other rod, I've got what they call a bombardier set up. So it's a controller float with a leader on it with a trout fly. And that'll allow me to fish with the fly at extreme range. Al has put on a Rapala, brown trout countdown. I know he's got some Tobies as well, and some more Rapalas. So looks like we're quite well equipped to head out and start. Well, here we are, we're right at the first spot. If you are here on a soggy day, take your time coming down that hill, because we nearly went flying, didn't we?
Polite way to put it.
Yeah. So, but Al's going to start off with his Rapala,
Yep.
brown trout, and I've started off with the Bombarder bubble float with the fly on it. So see what happens with that.
Yeah, this is a really light rod. It's 3 to 10 grams, so hopefully it'll throw this Rapala out okay. Good fun to use though.
So I'm using a 7 to 30 gram rod and a 20 gram controller float here, so it's going out quite well. And quite a long leader on it as well, of about 10 pound fluorocarbon. And just a black and red Fritz Marabou lure. Slowly retrieving it back. I've switched over to my inline lure now. I cover the area quite well with the float and the fly, nothing happening. So putting on the lure now, and this fish is a lot faster. Just covering the water. Pair of waders or wellies would be quite handy on here. When they drop the level like this, you can make your way around it a bit better. Well, we're on our way to another spot. Tried that first area, nothing happening really, and we've bumped into one of the local bailiffs, a guy called Callum.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you.
So Callum, you know all about this reservoir, how to catch fish?
Well, yeah, well, in theory, but we're going to try and put it into practice. There's a nice feature down here, so we're going to go and have a look, and if not, we'll move further along where the res gets a little bit shallower, where I have been catching fish the last couple of weeks.
Well, I've stuck a small countdown repeller on. Do you think they work, Callum?
They do work well for the trout. We have got to watch out for the pike. We got good numbers of pike, you know.
Good pike.
Yeah, there are some big pike, but there's plenty of numbers of smaller pike.
Oh,
So
right.
They do like a lure, so we do advise using traces. Usually.
Trace,
Yeah.
I'll have to
but,
watch that then.
You know, if you're just targeting trout, you don't want to use a trace a lot of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So just use smaller lures. I'd advise instead of your big massive lures. You know, they'll attract the pike in.
Okay. How big do the pike go in you?
I've had them to 28, but I'm sure there are bigger fish in here. There's also some big trout in here. We got rainbows to 18 pounds swimming around now, so it'd be nice to bump into one of them.
Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And there's also some really good resident brown trout. One has come out a few times. We called him Scar, and he's
Scar.
Yeah, 'cause he's got a big scar down him, obviously a mark from a pike.
Right.
But, yeah, he's nearly 8 pound, so it's a good fish as well.
Do you stock it with browns?
It has been stocked once with browns, but that was a while ago now. But it hasn't been stocked.
So
recently.
there are naturals in you then?
Yeah, definitely naturals in here.
That's good.
Yeah, but they often come out on dead bits, which is you know, a strange one, but they often do with the bigger ones.
Yeah, yeah. Well, big trout, the big browns are carnivorous, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely,
They
definitely.
don't grow big eating flies.
No.
Oh, very good.
We've decided to move off this spot now. Had quarter of an hour, something like that. Worth roving around. But Callum now he's taking us to his prime spot.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, so first Lliw Reservoir rainbow. A fish of just over a pound, and that one came up to the popped up worm. Yeah. Lovely.
I decided to change things up a bit. Callum had caught a fish on a popped up worm on the bottom and a fish on the float set to about 7 or 8 feet down. So I decided to rig up my spinning rod with a bubble float and put on an egg fly and see if I could catch on that. Well, I've got one here on the egg. On the egg. Thought I'd try it. There we go. Yeah, lovely little rainbow. Just going to show it to you now. Hook came out in the net using a barbless hook, but yeah, well happy with that. And there he goes.
And he suddenly comes to life when he sees the net. Ooh.
They don't like a net.
They don't like nets, do they? Someone is.
He's a nice fish.
Oh, blimey. He touches the net and then he's.
You got him.
There we go.
Beautiful rainbow.
Made hard work of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a prime fish, isn't it? Look at the belly on him. Great quality. Look at the colours. Well, Callum went down to meet his grandfather and he left me in charge with a float, and lo and behold, bang, nice fish. Perhaps Callum would show you the setup that he uses.
Yep. Well, just a simple float fishing technique, but to be able to cast out far, we've got an 8-gram float, so it's got a bit of a lead on, and it keeps your worm down in the water. And we just got maybe 7 foot, well 6 foot, something like that, of leader, and that's done the trick. There's loads of fish together then. Sure. Good bullet. A better fish. Yeah, 2.5. Beautiful rainbow, a little bit bigger this time. Maybe just 2.5 maybe. Lovely fish. Really nice markings on it.
Ooh.
Well, I've seen you boys having lots of action at this end of the bank.
Yeah, we've had quite a few fish now. Dropped about 4 mind, but getting plenty of takes. That's the main thing. So what we're using is just a normal ledger, sliding ledger rig, down to a small swivel, and we've got 8-pound fluorocarbon, maybe 4 foot, just popped up off the bottom using booby foam. What you'd use for booby eyes, making flies. Just a small pinch of that and held in with like a float stop. So then we got a worm on the other end, and she'll sit up like that and obviously have a movement in the worm as well. It's proven pretty deadly.
Well, still on the egg fly. The boys have been hammering it on the worms. Anywhere but the net. There we go. Got him. Well, we've had a cracking couple of hours. Really good sport. Can't fault the venue really for £12 a day. Non-stop action. Thanks to our man Callum, though, I've got to say, putting us onto the fish. He's behind the camera now. But we'll put these back. Yeah. Lovely.
There you go, off like a bullet.
We've just had a brilliant few hours fishing. I don't know how many fish, maybe a dozen or so. Thanks to Callum here. And without him, I think we'd have struggled. But there we go. How do you get the tickets? That's the next question. Over to you, Callum.
Right, our tickets available online only. You cannot buy tickets at the venue. You can find us on Facebook at South Wales Fishing Society, and on there will be a link to the app you can download, which is called Clubmate Fishing. There are 2 types of tickets. If you would like to keep 3 fish, it is your standard £20. And if you would like to come here and catch and release, not just the trout, but pike, perch and roach, etc., that's £12 for a pleasure ticket.
Yeah, it's a really good system, that Clubmate. Brilliant way of just getting on the bank, have a few hours enjoyable fishing like we've done. And for me and Alan, it's been a bit different, multi-method angling. It's certainly opened my mind to some other types of fishing you can do for trout on these still waters that we've got in Wales. And there's quite a number of venues like this one where you can use all methods. So yeah, brilliant day out, boys.
Yeah.
Discover fishing in Wales.